Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. Former Congressman Matt Cartwright has announced that he will not run for another term. The former congressman made the announcement during a press conference on Thursday. Cartwright previously served as the U.S. Representative for the 8th District in Pennsylvania for 12 years before losing to Republican Rob Bresnahan in November. The 8th District includes Lackawanna County, parts of Luzerne County, and the Poconos. The position will next appear on the ballot in 2026. A man has been taken into custody by West Hazelton police following a months-long narcotics investigation. According to police, Rainier Contreras Sosa was taken into custody on Thursday, May 22nd, after investigators executed a narcotics search warrant. The search warrant was the result of a months-long investigation into the distribution of fentanyl pills in the Hazelton area. As a result of the search, investigators say they seized over 8,000 pressed fentanyl pills along with multiple firearms. Contreras Sosa has been charged with 4 counts of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and with unlawful possession of a firearm in connection with the investigation. The Hazelton area graduation ceremony has been pushed forward to 3 p.m. on Friday, June 6th, due to weather. The ceremony was originally scheduled to take place at 6 p.m. the same day. WYLN will be broadcasting the ceremony beginning at 6:30 p.m. on Friday. You can also catch the ceremony on our YouTube channel beginning at 6:30 p.m. Coming up on WYLN News, a local fire company is inviting the public to take part in their upcoming fundraisers. Plus, the Lansford Historical Society is hosting an open house this weekend. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health. Investing in your well-being and building healthier communities because more expertise and convenient care mean better outcomes and a healthier you. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
My name is Andy, and tomorrow's going to be partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey! Did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30. Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to WYLN News. A man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Anthony Lorelli is wanted on a charge of theft of services. He is known to have ties to the West Hazleton area. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. The Lehigh and Lausanne Rural Volunteer Fire Company in Weatherly has announced 3 upcoming fundraisers. The fire company will be participating in NEPA Gives, hosting a basket raffle, and holding a fundraiser at Jersey Mike's in Hazleton. NEPA Gives is a 24-hour online fundraiser running from 7 p.m. on Thursday, June 5th to 7 p.m. on Friday, June 6th that supports nonprofit organizations across northeastern Pennsylvania. To support the fire company through NEPA Gives, you can visit their website at nepagives.org and search for Lehigh and Lausanne. The fire company will also be hosting their annual basket raffle on Friday, June 6th from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., where the organization will be selling baked goods as well as 100 other items. Or if you're still hungry, the fire company will also be hosting a fundraiser at Jersey Mike's in Hazleton on Thursday, June 12th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. To donate 20% of your sale to the fire company, just use the code GMGIVES at checkout. The Lansford Historical Society has announced an upcoming open house at the Lansford Museum. The open house will take place on Sunday, June 8th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Located on East Birch Street, the museum features a wide variety of exhibits and pieces from local history. The event will be held rain or shine and will also feature live polka music and refreshments. Coming up on Freeland's News Choice, we interview an Olympic gymnast on this week's segment of Community and You. Plus, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Muncie, Part 4. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose, that's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to talk about why pregnant girls should be under chiropractic care, and the infant, how the birth process could be traumatizing. If I had a dream, every new baby would get a chiropractic analysis to see if the spine is in alignment. So stay tuned for a great show.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@wylntv.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to Community and You. I'm here with two very special guests. We have, hopefully I'm going to pronounce this correctly, Hannah and Lauren. Hannah is an Olympic gymnast, which is so cool, and she's going to be opening up a new gymnastics gym in Hazleton, so we're here to talk about that today. So to kick us off, tell us a little bit about how you got into gymnastics, your journey to the Olympics.
I studied gymnastics around like 4 years old. The typical, that I was very energetic. Parents did not know what to do with me, so they were looking to put me in some kind of gymnastics. We found like local place, after school program where I started gymnastics, and like very quickly I was getting better, and then moved to training center like for the high level athletes.
It's very cool. And you actually competed in, which Olympics games was it?
I competed, the real Olympics was 1988, but my best time in gymnastics was 1984 when my country boycotted the Los Angeles Olympics. So this was my best time in gymnastics, and we had alternate games. All the communist countries were together, and I took second all around there and second on beam. In 1988, I was already after a bad injury on vault. I dislocated my shoulders and ripped everything, and I had 2 surgeries before 88 Olympics, so I barely made it. So it was kind of bittersweet because I was happy I made a real Olympics, but same time, the results wasn't what I was hoping for. So I made the all-around final, which it's great results, but for me, I was hoping at least for an individual final, and I was hoping for a medal and stuff like that. Did not happen, but it was great to be in an Olympics.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's so cool too. Even if you didn't get the medal you were hoping for at the Olympics. But so tell us a little bit what brought you to Pennsylvania and to Hazleton specifically.
We were working in different gyms. Before we had our own gym in Rhode Island too. We have 2 children that they both were very high level gymnasts. My daughter, she went to World Championship, competed for Czech Republic. My son, he actually went to 2 Olympics. He competed in Tokyo and Rio before 2016, 2020. And so then we were looking always for like better gyms for them. Parkettes hire me like a coach, and both children were training there. Our son were there only he was there for a year, and then he went to college. They both went through Stanford, and they competed for Stanford gymnastics. So I was working 5 years in parkettes, and then we were in like local gyms, and And then we decided to open our own, and we were looking at for places. Then we found out that Hazleton doesn't really have any like gymnastics schools in the area, so this was a great place to start gym here.
That's awesome, and I think it'll be a great addition to the Hazleton area.
I hope so.
So it's going to be located at 125 Warren Street.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And it is the, correct me if I'm wrong here, Rikna Elite Gymnastics Academy?
Yeah, we call it Riga. Riga, it's Richna Elite Gymnastics Academy.
That's great. So if people are interested in taking classes at the gym, how can they go about getting that information?
They can go on our website, rigagymnastics.com. Also, we have on our Facebook page, find out information. We have classes for mommy and me, preschool, beginners, intermediate. We'll do tumbling classes, for dancers, for cheerleaders, for whoever needs to. Our team program, will be all levels, all the way up to level 10, and also Excel program. So basically everything what you're looking for.
That's great. Is there anything else you'd like our viewers to know?
I hope that a lot of kids will sign up and that they will like our gym.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you both for coming on. This has been really great. That's going to do it for another segment of Community and You. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Lehigh Valley Health Network is now proudly part of Jefferson Health. And when two healthcare leaders come together for the community, you can expect more. More access, more doctors, more convenience. Jefferson Health and Lehigh Valley Health Network. Together for the future of care.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
My name is Andy, and tomorrow's going to be partly cloudy.
Life returned to normal in Muncie in the years following the last raft tragedy. Moviegoers in the area would get their own drive-in theater with the opening of the Starlight Drive-In in June 1949. Located on what was then Route 220 between Muncie and Halls, and its base for 720 cars. The Starlight Drive-In operated until about 1975, although it would remain standing for several years afterwards until it was finally torn down in 1993. One constant over the years was, and continues to be, the Muncie Indians' rivalry with the Montgomery Red Raiders on the football field. In 1961, Muncie Athletic Director Dick Dietz was approached by the school board about creating a trophy for the rivalry game. As it was, Dietz was soon thereafter cleaning out the football team's equipment after the season with physical education teacher George Sowers. Almost mockingly, Dietz held up a random cleat from a pile of equipment and asked if it would make a decent trophy. "You know something? That's a good idea," an interested Sowers told him. The cleat was bronzed by the Muncie JCs, and in the years since, Muncie and Montgomery have played annually for the Old Shoe Trophy. Originally, the trophy was presented with the understanding that if a school won the annual game 5 years in a row, they would keep it permanently. When Montgomery accomplished this in 1974, however, the team voted to keep the trophy in play, and thus the Old Shoe Trophy has remained in play to the present. For Muncie's baseball fans, one of their own would give them good reason to cheer throughout the 1970s. Ed Ott, of no relation to Hall of Famer Mel Ott, was born in Muncie in 1951. Although Muncie High did not have a baseball team at that time, he was the third baseman on local American Legion teams throughout the summer months. Ott would be signed out of high school by the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1970. After 4 years in the minors as an outfielder, he made his major league debut on June 10, 1974. He returned to the minors by the end of the season, after which the Pirates asked him to convert to a catcher. Initially resistant, Ott ultimately agreed to the change on the grounds that it would allow him to get back to the majors more quickly. He returned to the big leagues full-time as a catcher on September 16, 1975. Ott would alternate as the Pirates catcher for the next 5 years. His most memorable moment, however, would come on the base pads against the New York Mets on August 12, 1977. Ott slid hard into second base to break up a double play attempt by Mets second baseman Felix Millan, prompting a furious Millan to bash Ott in the face with a baseball. Ott, who had been a wrestler in high school, responded by picking Millan up and body slamming him, shattering Millan's collarbone and ultimately ending his career shortly thereafter. Ott would be ejected from the game, but his teammates stood by him, declaring that Millan had been more at fault. Ott would win the World Series with the Pirates in 1979, batting .333 with 3 RBIs during the series. He would be traded to the then California Angels in 1981 and played 1 season in Anaheim before retiring. Ott then entered coaching, serving 5 years as the Houston Astros first base coach under Art Howe, as manager of the Northeast League's Allentown Ambassadors for much of the team's existence, and 2 years as a coach with the Detroit Tigers. Ed Ott died in 2024. As the 20th century progressed, shopping trends changed as businesses moved out of downtowns and into malls and shopping centers. One product of this in the Muncie area was the Lycoming Mall, which opened outside town on July 18, 1978. Hess's and GB's were the mall's original anchors. They would be joined by Woolworth's in October 1978 and the external Riverside Market in December of that year. Among the other opening day stores in the mall were Deb, Endicott Johnson, KB Toys, K Jewelers, Ray and Derrick Drugstore, and Walden Books. The mall's trademark structure, its Hadani Arch, was dedicated in December 1978 as well. Named for its designer, Israel Hadani, it appears to have a different shape depending on the angle one looks at it from. The Lycoming Mall would add Dysroth's department store in 1979, and Bon-Ton JCPenney moved in during the 1980s. A United Artists Theater, Arcade, and Carousel also operated the mall over the years. Shopping habits changed again in the early 21st century, with more consumers switching to online shopping. Malls everywhere started declining, and the Lycoming Mall was no exception, losing much of its tenants in the 2010s. The overall mall closed for good in February 2023. The last remaining tenant on site, Burlington Coat Factory, shut down in early 2025, ending nearly 50 years of commerce on the site.
You're watching WYLN TV 35,